Who have we got in the house? Hi, Tom. Some people in. We've got 9 people in already. Can everybody hear me? I'm just trying out this headset here just to make sure it works. Check. Starman is on. Hi, Adventure Aaron. Hi, Tom's Vlogs UK. Welcome to another live stream. I am the Starman. Now then, I'm back in the studio again. On another live stream. I'm still trying to get the light right in this room. I've not done a proper video in here yet. You know, like a proper video for my channel, because if I do, the light will be a lot better. At the moment, I've just got this studio light. It's okay. I'm sure you can see me all right. As long as you can see everything that I'm doing, you know, that's the main thing. Can everybody hear me all right? So we've got 12 people watching. That's good. Oh, but don't knock this phone off this mount too. I'm using my new phone for this as well. It looks like it has a wider angle as well. You can see the door there. I think I'll just move it a little bit this way, shall we? So that we can't see that there. You can hear me okay, yeah? That's good. Just let's see if we can get some more people in. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. See if we can get up in the... So I'm going to be just talking about some stuff. We've actually not got a bad night tonight. I don't know if anybody's been out, but have you seen the moon tonight? We've got a half moon. You need a light pointing towards you, mate. Yeah, I'm actually using a diffuser. It's pointing towards the ceiling, so I've just got it on bounce. So, but for that, I'm looking for that kind of mellow kind of look to the studio. I'm still trying to work on it. I had to send a studio light back. I had a studio light, but I had to send it back because there was a problem with the remote control. The remote control that came with it didn't even work, so I had to send it back. So I'm just waiting to get a proper light. So hopefully I will get that sorted out soon. Hi, Alex Walsh from Darwin. Yeah, I've done a few pictures over at Darwin, over at the big tower there on the hill. And it's a nice place to go as well. You go up that hill there and get to see some Neil Cunningham. Hi, how's everyone doing? How's everyone coping with lockdown? Are you all coping all right? I'm not doing too bad. I'm going to be doing some more videos from the garden. I want to do a few. I'm just waiting for the weather to calm down because the weather's been... Well, it's been pretty horrible lately, hasn't it? We've had Storm Christoph. It's not really been all that windy. It's just been more rain. Just had a whole load of rain dumped on us in the last evening, Frank. I've still got those problems with the microphone, but I'm having to play with different ones. I'll probably buy that new Osmo, Frank. I think it's going to be the best idea, isn't it? I really don't know what it is that's causing that problem, but we'll get it sorted. That's what we do. Keep moving this thing here. So I'll just try and keep this here. Right, okay. So did anybody see the moon tonight? I noticed it before. It's a half moon, pretty much a half moon. Have I ever taken pictures of India? I have, from Darwin Hill. You know the hill that goes up to the tower? And you look down on India Mill, that big tower that Fred Dibner, I think, climbed that. If you watch a video on YouTube, there's a video, really, really good video. It must be from the early 80s or the 70s or something. He climbs up that tower, and honestly, just watching it is enough to make you, faint. When he goes over that bit, where the bricks come out, it's unbelievable. There's a ladder going up there, and I tell you, it's unbelievable. Could you do an in-depth video for beginner astronomy? Really interested in starting, but there's so much to know from the get-go. Yes, I do intend to really start from the basics, the absolute rock bottom basics, I'll put a few videos together. I'll probably put about 5 videos together, and I'll start from, like the simplest thing I can do. So we'll do that. Yeah, I was there and got to meet him. Oh, that's good. The legend that is Fred Dibner. Yeah, so we've got quite a nice moon in the sky at the moment, half moon. Just saw it before when I was out. It's a little bit cloudy at the moment, so it's not ideal. It's got a little bit of wind as well, but I think this weekend might be all right. So the moon is it's just past half moon. So what we call that is first quarter. So it's the first quarter. Um, it's not quarter lit. It's always half lit. It's always half lit by the sun. But we call it first quarter because it's a quarter of the way through the phase. The next main phase will be full moon, and the next main phase after that will be last quarter when it's waning, when it's going off, and then we'll be back to new moon. And when it's a new moon, that means it's when it's in the part of the sky where the sun is, so we can't really see a new moon. I'm good, Aaron. Have I done any vlogs? No, I've not done any vlogs today. No, I've not done any today. I was thinking about it, but I was just a bit too busy. I had a load of paperwork to do. The moon was next to the tower when I filmed the Starlings this evening. Yes, so we're in Blackpool, and Blackpool is the North Pier is really, really good for seeing starlings. You know, you see those big starling clouds where they all flock together and they do all those murmurations. Absolutely spectacular here in Blackpool. I must do a video. I've already done a video. If you look at my other channel, A Walk on the Wild Side, I started that channel because of the lockdown and all that stuff, and because I couldn't do anything else. And it absolutely took off, that channel. And I did a video recently filming the starlings at the North Pier, so you can see them on there. So if you want to see that, follow my other channel, A Walk on the Wild Side. Hi from Shrewsbury. Hi, Roy. Love A Walk on the Wild Side. Yep. Hi, Cheap Shot Photography. The moon was next to the tower. Yeah, I'm going to go to the North Pier tomorrow. Dean Finney. Good evening, Steve. It's also raining here since 2 days in Hamburg. Yeah, we've had loads and loads of rain here. I think we need to build some more reservoirs so we can collect more water. There's that much rain. Hi, Stephen. Made it first time. I like the Scotland pics. Aurora was awesome. Yeah, it was around about this time. Not last year, it was the year before when I was in Scotland, and it was a winter wonderland in Glencoe, and I saw four amazing sights that would be on anybody's bucket list that they might not even see in their whole life. I saw a fog bow first thing in the morning above an inversion, and an inversion as well is probably something that not everybody sees every day. Later on that night, I went out to try and capture the Milky Way, which I got perfectly, and I also captured Zodiacal light. Now, Zodiacal light, I explained it in the last. I'll have to show you a picture. Zodiacal light is it's not a rare phenomenon, it's always there, but you need to be in the right place to see it. I'll just show you a picture here. This is what I mean. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see it. You see this picture here? Can you see? This is the Milky Way here. This is what I took in the evening. After seeing the fog bow in the morning, I've got people sending me messages. Get off. Can you see this glow here coming off the mountain? That glow there is zodiacal light. And what it is, it's scattered dust along the plane of the solar system, along the plane that the sun takes around that we take around the sun. And it's just the sunlight reflecting off it, because there's like a load of dust along that plane there. And when you get the timing right and you get the angle right, the angle of the ecliptic, that's the path of the sun, has to be fairly steep. And you can see there, it's probably about 45 degrees. That's when you've got a great chance of seeing it. And if that wasn't enough, later on that night, the same night, this. See? That's why I like to go to Scotland. See? That's what you can see. Yeah? The aurora. Look at that. Unbelievable. Harvey Dog, good evening from Altia, Spain. Yeah, I'm actually using a new phone as well. So I actually think this looks better than last time. What do you think? Do you think this looks better than the last one? If anyone saw the last one, let me know. I've done a route on that mountain called January Jigsaw. 50 likes. Yeah, come on, hit the like button. We've got 30, and that's not bad. William Matthews. Hi, William. Sorry I missed a start. It's all right, no problem at all. Not everybody's going to be able to come in. Finbar Fitzharris. Hi from Cork Island. Hi. It's been a beautiful day here in Kent. We'll have a hosepipe band soon. Yeah, you what? Thea Gunton, you ISS will always wave when it comes over Blackpool. I have been to NASA a few times. Love that. Spiky boy made it last time. Aurora was awesome. Yeah, yeah. Just catching up with these comments. So actually, I think the video. What do you think? Do you think the video on this looks better than last time? I was actually using my iPad last time, and I don't think it was very good. What do you think? Does it look okay? So I'm using my brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. Well, I'm using the front camera. That's the one that's on the screen, obviously, because I need to see the screen. It does have a pretty awesome set of cameras on it, this phone. I'm not really going to be using it to take pictures of stars or anything, but I will certainly do a video that you showing what you can do with a smartphone. So that would be a good idea. You can do quite a lot with a smartphone and a telescope. Thanks for that. Yeah, so it's not looking too bad. Hi, Robert. Mavic Air 2, marvelous quality. Yeah, I think it does actually. Yeah, I think it's a big improvement over the iPad. I don't think I'll be using the iPad. When I do these live streams, I have to use my phone or the iPad. I can't use my laptop. I've got a MacBook laptop, but apparently YouTube doesn't like Apple the laptops. They don't like it for some reason. It doesn't work unless you have you've got to have some sort of encoder or something to make it work, and you're better off with a PC laptop or a Google Chrome laptop or something like that. But you can make it work, and you can also get like a proper camera. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll make them better as we go along. This is the early days. Hi, Electric Dave. Frank talk. Any chance of having the phone camera eye level in the future? Yeah, I've got it fairly high up, and I am kind of looking down on it, so I'm just trying to get it right. But we'll get there. How is the gimbal going? Yes, I've also got a new gimbal for my phone. So when I'm using this phone, when I'm going out and about and doing my vlogs or maybe doing my Starman videos, I've got a special gimbal to put it on, which stabilizes, and it's quite big. It's quite big bulky thing, but it really helps you to get stable video. It gives you that really professional look when you're panning around and you're going up and down. It's really, really good. Made by DJI, who make the drones. So yeah, that's good. 35 watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can get. But I think we got up to 50. About 52 last time. Hi, Dawn. There will be people coming in, so I don't expect everybody to come in at once, and you don't have to stick with me all the time. If you, I'm just going to show you some stuff. So I'll show you this telescope. I did a video on this. There's a telescope. Does anyone know what that telescope is? What type of telescope is it? Can you tell me what it is? Anybody? 38 watching. Hit the like button. Have you heard from PT Vlog? PT, I think Paul's having a break. I think he's having a break, Tom. A blue one. Yeah, it is blue. Good. Yeah, so there's your Grayscope is a beast. It's an old one, that one. Yes. Yep, you're right, Richard. And Mavic Air 2, William Optics. Yep. There it is. Oh, nice one. Yep. So this is an 80mm refracting telescope. So it's like the classic telescope. This is like the earliest design of telescope, the one that Galileo kind of not invented but adapted from a Dutch design. And so it's like a camera lens. It's basically like a camera lens. The light goes in there and comes out there. You can't get any simpler for a telescope. Now, if you want to connect to, I'm going to show you as well. I didn't show you in the video. I will be doing a video on this as well. How do you connect a camera to one of these? Because at the end, you've got this thing here to put an eyepiece in. If you take this off, so if you put your eyepiece in there, or you have one of these, which is an angled. I've just knocked my camera. You see this here? This is a thing that goes there that enables you to be able to look down the eyepiece without having to, strain yourself. That's what do you call it? A right angle finder. I can't remember what you call them. Now, what do you call these? there's a proper name for them. But yeah, that enables you to just to maneuver the eyepiece to a more desired level. That's a 90-degree one. You can get 45-degree ones and stuff like that. Yes, there's a prism in there. There's a prism in there that just bounces the light in a different direction, and it just makes it more easier to look at what you want to see. And if you want to attach a camera to a telescope, and I do say a telescope is going to give you a lot better pictures of the stars than a lens, because lenses tend to have loads and loads of elements inside them, where telescopes are a little bit more simple, and they are tailored towards getting pinpoint stars as well. Whereas camera lenses, they can be a little bit, you can get kind of aberrations and stuff near the edges, so you'll get a lot better pictures of the stars using a telescope. So they've got baffles inside them and everything. They've got all sorts of things inside to stop the light scattering all over the place. So I've just taken that thing off now, and we've got this big, you see that there, look? So if you wanted to put your camera on here now, hi, look, what you need is one of these. See that there? Well, that's like something that goes on your camera. See, that's a bayonet for your camera. That fits on my camera, this one. This is for Nikon. There's one for Canon here. There's a Canon one. It's a little bit different. This one's a bit bigger. See, that's Canon there, for Canon. See? And basically, you just screw a ring into there. You'll get it when you buy it. You'll get the ring for it. And when you have that, you can then put this, see that there? That's a 2-inch ring, and that goes into there. And there you go. And all you have to do then is then just attach that to your camera like you would any normal lens. And that's all you have to do to attach a camera to a telescope. I will do a video on that anyway, so don't worry about that. So we'll get round to that. Yeah. So yeah, I think if you watch that video where I was talking about telescopes, I got my millimeters mixed up with my centimeters. I think I was saying millimeters instead of centimeters, so you might have got confused. So I hope you didn't get confused by that. I was talking about the telescope being about 100 millimeters long when it's really 100 centimeters. So I don't want to do that in the future. I'm going to try and get it right. So there you go. This is a particularly good telescope, this one, about £500 worth, this one. If you want a decent telescope, you don't need to pay this much. You can buy a pretty good telescope from about 150. Avoid the ones in the supermarkets. Don't buy those ones in the supermarkets. Get something decent with a brand on it, like William Optics. Get something, or a Skywatcher or something like that. You can't really go wrong with them. Let's see. What is going on? Is my Wi-Fi down or what? Because we were buffering then. Were we buffering? Hope you can see me now. Hi, Andy. Yes, I'm back. Buffering, I can't believe it. I'm back, yeah. Well, I never went away. I might have gone into cyberspace for a minute there, but I'm back now. How do you Belchy? Said Mark's in the house, my mate Mark there. He calls me Belchy. Don't ask. Back on now. Yeah, it did. I've only ever had that happen when I'm normally out and about. It's never happened in here before. Oh, something else as well. Can you see that on top? This is the finder. I didn't point out the finder, but when I do a proper video on this telescope, I'll show. You have this thing on here. When you're pointing a telescope at stuff in the sky, because it's got a fairly long focal length, it can be hard to point it where you want it to be. Say if you're trying to point it at Jupiter or something like that, you might be able to see Jupiter but you won't see it. So you really need a finder. This will have a red dot inside it, and you put the red dot on the planet, and then you should be able to see Jupiter through the telescope. That's the idea for the finder, because the telescopes do have a pretty long focal length as well. So just looking underneath, I didn't show this as well. This is the focuser. Can you see? This is how you focus a telescope. Can you see how the tube comes out? If you put your camera on here, you might actually find that it might not focus. So you might need to use one of these. This is an extender. So that goes into there. This goes into here. And if your camera can't focus, this will extend the thing so that you can focus with your camera. Just in case, there's quite a few things you can do. You know, it can be a bit fiddly, you know. starting off. But once you get to know what you need to do, it's not too bad. But anyway, I will be doing a video on this anyway, so don't worry about that. I'm actually going to do a quiz if you don't mind. Do you want me to do a quiz? I've got a quiz for you. Enjoying your video, Tom's Flat. Have you considered using a dedicated Astro camera rather? Well, I do, yeah, I have. I've had a little play with it. It's early days. I've got an Altair Astro GP camera. It's a mono astronomy camera, and it's got a very, very tiny sensor on it, and it's made to go. It's made to fit into there. You see that there? That's a 125 5-inch set. The astronomy camera goes in there like that. It's a very, very small fitting, and I've had a few plays with it and not very successful so far. I tried it on the moon last month, so I will do a video using the astronomy camera, because an astronomy camera, a dedicated astronomy camera, you can't really beat one for taking pictures of space, but they are a little bit more difficult to use. You have to set them up and you have to use a computer to control it and all that sort of stuff. So it's got more attachments than a Dyson. Yes, it has. Yes, I've got a quiz. I've got a quiz. Who wants a quiz? Who wants a quiz? 5 questions. I've got 5 questions. 5 questions to ask, and it's all about the moon. Yeah, so I really need to get on with this astronomy camera. I really need to learn how to use it so that I can do a video on it. It's no good me doing a video on it if I don't even know how to use it. But I've got some idea. I think I was a little bit unlucky last time. We had some problems. But anyway, 38 watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, so I'll do the quiz in a minute. So I've just got this magazine. If anyone wants a magazine, get the Sky at Night. I'm not advertising, not getting paid for them, by the way, for doing this. I wish it was. This is January's, and it shows you all the stuff that you can see in the night sky this winter when it's not blowing a gale and chucking it down. So there's a load of stuff in here that you can see. Look, this is all your stuff you can see. The Pleiades. Look at that there. Orion. Orion's up. Orion is a good sight to see. So there's all that sort of stuff. And look, they've got a load of telescopes on the back. Always advertising for telescopes. So that's the Sky at Night. And it even got with that magazine, I got this, look, a moon chart, phases of the moon. And that's what the quiz is about, phases of the moon. Shows you the phases of the moon for the whole year. Right, okay. I've got a quiz now. I'm going to ask. Let's see if we can get back up again. Get these viewers back up. Hit the like button. Now then, this is all to do with the moon. How long, roughly, does it take the moon to orbit the Earth? How long? How long does it take to make a complete orbit of the Earth? Does anyone know that? Let's check this. Looking a bit wild. It is a bit wild outside, yeah. I'll just wait for some of these answers to come in. Oh, good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yes. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Few answers in there. None of you were too far away. The actual answer for the moon to orbit the Earth is 27.3 days. That's how long it takes to orbit the Earth. Now, the next question is, how long does it take for the moon to go from full moon back to full moon again? So, it's not the same. So from full moon back to full moon, how long does it take for the moon to go from full moon back to full moon? Or from new moon to new moon? Does anybody know that? 40 days. Oh, that's a long time. I think one of you's possibly got the right answer, or very close to the right answer before. Aerial Astro. Yeah. Okay, the answer to that is 29.5 days. It takes longer to complete It takes longer than it does to orbit the Earth to go through the phases because the Earth is moving around the sun at the same time. So as we move around the sun, it has to turn more, has to rotate more to get back to the same phase. So it takes 29.5 days to go from full moon to full moon. It takes 27.3 days for it to make a complete orbit of the Earth. So there you go. I wouldn't have known that all those years ago. I never even took any notice, you know. But there you go. That's one of those interesting things. Now, how far away from the Earth on average is the Moon? This is the mean distance away from Earth in miles or kilometers. So if you say miles, make sure you say if it's miles or kilometers. I've got a bit of margin of error here for this one. How far away is it from Earth on average, the Moon? How far away? It's not as far as the Sun. About as long as February. Yeah, you're right, William. Yeah, it is this year because we've got a leap year, haven't we? Mac Tavish knows his stuff. Yes, very impressive. 300,000. A little bit short there on the Neil. A little bit short in the kilometres. You've been Googling, haven't you? Googling. Some people have been Googling about. I have 32 days in my head for every answer. Yeah, so the moon on average, I'll start with miles, is, I'm good job I got wrote this down because I wouldn't remember, 239,000 miles. 239,000 miles on average. That's the mean distance. So in kilometres, that's 384, is that right? 384,000 kilometres. And there's a massive difference as well from the moon being close to the Earth and the moon being far away. The difference in miles is 27,000 miles difference. It can be 27 miles further away, 27,000 miles closer. The difference from the moon being at its furthest point to its nearest point is in miles is 27,000 or 43,000 kilometers. And that's why, you know, when the moon goes in front of the sun, sometimes it doesn't cause an eclipse all the time because it might be far away. And when it's far away, it can be really small and it won't be enough to cover the sun. So what you can get then is a ring of fire. Have you ever heard of the ring of fire eclipses? Where, yeah, that's right. Oh, Caroline's in. Hi, Kaz. Yes, it must be spectacular to see a ring of fire eclipse. You know, like you get it. I've seen the total eclipse in the USA, 2017, where the moon moved in front of the sun and blocked it out for, I think it was about 2.5 minutes. Is that a Father Ted sketch, Near and Far Away? I don't know, I'll have to have a look at that one. But when the moon is, and if the moon happens to be really, really close as it can be, and it moves in front of the sun, you get a long eclipse. I think the eclipses go up to about 7.5 or 8 minutes at the longest. And it depends where you are on the path as well, how long you'll get it, because it does change. So if the moon is far away and it moves in front of the sun, you get an eclipse. You get what you call I think they call it an annual. Is it an annual eclipse? And you can get the ring of fire where the moon doesn't block out, and you can't look at it with your eyes as well. You still have to look at it with your through your like. I don't think you can look at it by eye. I think it's not safe. So the ring of fire eclipse must be pretty awesome. Is that Johnny Cash? Who's Johnny Cash? Zillions, yeah. I will have completed another circuit around the sun, says Frank tomorrow. Right, got another question here now. Is it possible to see a full moon high in the sky at sunset? Is it possible to see a full moon high in the sky when the sun is setting? Let's see. Let's see how you do with this one. Is it possible to see a moon high up in the sky when the sun's setting? Roy Holtz, no. Adventure Aaron, yes. A big fat no, says Frank. Yeah, I think you're right. Hi, Kaz. Yeah, well, you might be in a funny place if you do, because if you see when the sun's setting and you get a full moon, you're going to see the full moon on the off. So if the sun's setting over there, the full moon is going to be low down over there. So you're never going to see a full moon high up at sunset. So it's not possible. So when the sun sets over there, you look to the opposite side of the sky, directly opposite the sun, and you'll get the full moon, and you'll see it coming up just as the sun's setting, or near enough. Maybe give or take, it could rise before, slightly before, or maybe rise a little bit later. But give or take, the moon will be directly opposite the sun in the sky, so it's going to be low down. Yes, we'll see about that. So we've got a half moon tonight. So the half moon was high in the sky at when the sun was going down. Is it possible to get a crescent moon high in the sky at midnight? So you go out at midnight. Right, I'm going to go out at midnight. It's ding, ding, midnight, Big Ben strikes. You see a crescent moon high up in the sky. Is it possible to see a crescent moon high up in the sky at midnight? Let's see. Here we've got half moon. When's the next eclipse? I don't know when the next eclipse is, actually. I don't. Only when the sun is opposite. Yep, that's right. Kaz, if you're watching, you'll have to join in our next Zoom meeting for Blackpool astronomy, because they're pretty good. Yeah, it was good. It's the only way we can do it at the moment. So if you want, send us a message. I'll see if I can get you hooked up with the Zoom session next time we do it. Yeah, a crescent moon, whether it be a waxing crescent or a waning crescent. So waxing is when the moon's lighting up, and a waning is when it's heading towards a new moon. So no, you can't get a crescent moon high in the sky at midnight. You'll only get a crescent moon low in the west at sunset, or you might get a crescent moon, a waning crescent, low in the sky before the sun rises. So a waxing crescent moon, you see it lit up on the right hand side because it's on that side, the sun's on that side. And in the morning, if you happen to have a waning crescent moon, you look out towards the southeast, you might be able to see a waning crescent moon, and it'll be lit up on the left hand side, and they'll be heading round the sun, so it'll be heading towards a new moon, so then you won't see it after it's a new moon. So yeah, there you go. How did we do on that? Not too bad. Some people got it. That's good. What is it? Yeah, it's our astronomy club. So if any of you, I advise any of you, if you're not in an astronomy club, to join an astronomy club, because I'm in a local club here in Blackpool, and we've not met for a year. So the only way we can meet is on a Zoom session. Remember the total eclipse in London in the 90s? It was freezing cold and birds stopped singing. Yeah, that's right. When the moon starts to block out the light from the sun, it starts to go quite kind of. It's funny, but it does it so slowly that you don't really notice it go dark. But it does. It goes dark very, very gradually. And apparently, if you take notice of what's going on around you, if you look around, you'll notice that the birds start to do funny things, and they might start to, go quiet. So I saw something tonight that was really, really amazing. I saw a massive flock of starlings. I was just talking about the starlings before. So absolutely thousands of them, thousands and thousands of stars, big massive clouds, all like a big wave across the sky. And it were going from Blackpool towards the piers, because in Blackpool they roost on the piers, especially North Pier. The starlings, absolutely mental they are. If you look at my videos on my Walk on the Wild Side channel, you can see them, because I did a video on them just not too long ago. Now then, 35, not too bad. Let's see if we can get up to. We got up to 50 last time. I think we lost a few when I. Watch it, mate. I did join it in the now. What happened, lol? Because have you ever used a Samyang 135 lens or the FMA. No, I've never used a 135. I'm a little bit low on stuff at the moment. I broke a lens. You know, I sold a telescope as well last year, which I wish I didn't. But I didn't know what was going to happen last year. You know, with all this the virus and everything. So I got a bit messed about. So yeah, so I'm hoping to when the moon does move back out of the way this time, to get out and do a video on Orion. But I'll have to do it from my garden, and my garden's got nothing but street lights. Loads of Starlings in Manchester. I think there are a lot of the lockdown. Stupid autocorrect says Kaz. Simply Blackpool. Follow Simply Blackpool. If any new vlogger in town, follow Simply. Just click on Kaz's thing there. Simply Blackpool, new vlogger. I think you picked up quite a few subscribers after I gave you a shout the other day, didn't I? I think you're about 90 odd, and then it jumped up to about 250. Wow, how about that? I have subscribed to a Simply Blackpool, says Aaron. Nice one. Thanks for the telescope demo. Stephen, says Rupert, no problem at all. I watched your whale storm video the other night when you had to keep getting back in your van before you got blown away. Brilliant video. And the music to the waves was brilliant. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Dawn. I have subscribed to Simply Blackpool, says Tom's Vlogs UK. Yes. Yeah, so I'll probably use this telescope. I'll probably use this if I can. But like I say, because I have to do the stuff from a garden, I've got street lights and I've got telegraph wires, so it's not going to be as good as if I could go out somewhere, and I can't really do that, but I'll do my best to do what I can from here. I do want to do some stuff with Orion. I want to do some deep space stuff and showing you how to get a picture of the Orion Nebula, how to get a good picture of it using just a normal camera and lens, and also how to get a picture of it using a tracking mount. So the Orion Nebula, I will just show you a picture if I can find it. Hang on. Yeah, so it's a good time at the moment to photograph Orion. It's really, really good time. We've just got to wait at the moment. We've got the moon in the way just at the moment. And when the moon moves back out of the way, we'll be able to have a go at photographing this. This is what I did last year. At this time last year, I did that. Look at that. So that's the Orion Nebula. And I hope to be doing another video on it. You can watch my video that I did on that last year. Go back to January, and I'll show you how I did it, what I was using and where I was and all that. But it's amazing. And you don't really need to you don't really need to have like all fancy equipment to take it, because the Orion Nebula is really, really bright. You can actually see it with your own eye. You can see it from the tower. I can see it from here. You know, with all this, it's so bright. It's one of the brightest nebulas in the whole sky. And you can take a picture of it without any fancy equipment. But it's better if you've got a tracker, so that you can put your telephoto lens on and you can take a deep photograph like what I did there. So, do you have any pictures of meteorites? A meteorite is a space rock that has landed, that has been collected and landed. I think you're talking about meteors. It's only a meteor when it's flying through the atmosphere. It becomes a meteorite when it's collected on the ground. But yes, actually I do. Where are we? Probably won't be able to find it now. I do have a photograph of a meteor, a fireball meteor overweight. When you go out places, when you go to the trouble of going out to try and take a picture of something in the middle of nowhere, this is what can happen. Can you see this here? You see that? That's me. That is me with a meteor flying across, and there's the Milky Way above me. So I'd set my camera up to take a photograph of me with the Milky Way The idea was I wanted to look really small compared to the Milky Way, which I do. And then what goes and happens? A dirty great fireball goes flying across the screen. How about that? Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That's a book cover, that, isn't it? Yeah. No one's asked me to put it on the book cover yet, but yeah, I hope it does. I'll keep trying. So that was in Wales, North Wales. It was on the right far out on North Wales, and I'm on the sand dunes there. So that's what can happen. 40 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get us up to 40. We've got 34 watchers. Let's see if we can get it. I was given a 600mm Nikkor mirror lens recently, f8. It's an old lens. Is it suitable for Astro? Rupert, not really, unless you want to photograph the moon. A mirror lens, I was talking about a mirror lens on my video the other day. It's got like a little element on the front, hasn't it? Like a little mirror. The mirror lenses are, they're not the best quality. They're not the best quality for anything really, but they're good for photographing stuff and getting that, you get like a kind of ring effect on the blurry bit. You know, when the bits are out of focus, you get like a ring effect. It's quite interesting that actually. Only mirror lenses can do that. So I wouldn't say they're very good for astronomy, only for the moon. Only for the moon, the mirror lens. Nothing else. They're just too slow and they're not really that good quality. Where do you live? I'm near the park. I'm not too far. I'm literally 10 minutes away from Stanley Park. Yeah, do you use iMovie? Yeah, I use iMovie and I have tried Final Cut Pro, but I never got in. I've tried a trial version of Final Cut Pro, but I couldn't get into using it. I couldn't learn how to use it at the time, but I'll probably upgrade to it, you know, because I think iMovie, I'm kind of, I've used it to the hilt iMovie now. I know it inside out and I know I can edit a video really quick on iMovie, but Final Cut Pro is probably the next step up, I think, really, you know, to improve my videos. So yes, I watch Simply Blackpool because of you, and I'm watching this channel because of her. Oh, that's good. Glad you got your car back, Cass. It's a nightmare, isn't it, when you take your car in for an MOT? I hate it. I hate taking my car in for an MOT. It's a nightmare. Anyway, mine passed last time with no problem at all. DaVinci Resolve, says Frank. Yeah, you know, I've tried that DaVinci Resolve and it crashed. I tried the free version and it crashed on me. Crashed. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve. So, I suppose if you paid for it, it wouldn't crash. But, you know, if they're trying to sell the thing, it would be ideal if the trial version didn't crash. Thanks, Adventure Aaron. Yeah, iMovie is very easy to use, but I think I've used it to its limit now, and I'm getting to the point where I think I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. And I think it's still really, really good. To say that it's free, you don't pay for iMovie, you get it. You can just download, if it's not on your phone, you can just download it anyway. I use it on the computer. Sometimes I use it on the phone, but every video I've edited so far has been done on the computer because it's just easier. I use InShot for my video. Resolve is playing up at the moment because I have a new graphics card. Well, there's a PC for you. I saw a good fireball during the last shower. Sadly, I was setting the camera up at the time. Typical lol. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry about it. I've been out there photographing, trying to photograph meteorites, and you see one flying across the sky, and your camera's pointing that way. You know, I was in Tenerife back in 2018. I was doing a workshop out in Tenerife, and the guy I was with, he got an absolute cracker of a meteor flying across the sky, halfway across the sky, and he had it on camera, and I was facing completely the wrong way. But because I was facing the wrong way, I didn't see the meteorite. But I tell you what, I did see. I saw the shadows it created, because we were in this rocky area with all these like big lumps of rocks and all sorts of things. And when this thing went flying across the sky, you could see the shadows. I could see the shadows. And when I turned round, by the time I turned round, the meteorite had burnt itself out, and he got this photograph, this cracking photograph of this meteorite flying across the sky. So that was a bit mental. Yeah, that was good. I saw a good firebolt. Premiere Pro is really good. Yeah, I'm thinking about Premiere Pro. It's a toss-up between Premiere Pro and... No, I didn't. No, I didn't see the meteorite at all. All I saw was the shadows that the meteorite created. DaVinci Resolve only crashes if your computer is not up to spec, says Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Yeah, so I use an iMac Retina. It's a late 2015. It's not, it's kind of it's not meant to be a really powerful computer for editing, and I think it's probably going to struggle with 4K. But since I had to reset the whole thing and go back to basics and start all over again with it, and now it's running really, really well now. So I think maybe now, if I tried it now, it might actually work okay. So yeah, we'll see. I had this issue. I got a new graphics card and it's now spot on. Yeah, I think with PCs as well, you do have that ability to have a really powerful machine for a lot cheaper than, say, I think it's just convenience for me. It was Chris that got me to get an Apple, and I've never really looked back since because it's been really, really good for editing. I've never had any problem with it. Hi, Rick. Welcome to the live stream. Resolve can't cope with the new RTX 3007. I don't know what you're talking about, Frank. I do have a PC, but it's covered in dust. Struggling to find good music to use on my... Tom, if you want to find good music, have a look at Looperman. But check the copyright on the music, because some of them are copyright. You can use the loops, I think. You can use all the loops and some of the samples, but the actual tracks, you have to check for the copyright. So Looperman is pretty good. So, yeah, so it's not looking too bad outside either. No, we've got a few. I'm not going to go out tonight because it's just too windy, but I will certainly be doing something from the garden when I get a chance. For music, signed up to a site called Audio, got a lifetime membership. I was thinking of Soundstripe. Has anybody heard of Soundstripe? I was looking at Soundstripe. Soundstripe is pretty good. You can either pay monthly or you can pay so much for a year. Soundstripe, yeah. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm still using iMovie at the moment for doing all my videos, and I'll probably upgrade to Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro, but I could do with having a look at them first. Hey, we got 43 watching. 43 watching. Can we get up to 50 in the last 12 minutes? Yeah, so here's something else I want to show you as well. This is my Astro landscape. This is 2018, so this is getting on a bit now. This is what I use whenever I have an idea for a photograph. Say if I want to get a picture of the moon over the tower or something like that, and I've got it in my head, and I've got to remember that if I go there at this time, I'll get the moon there in that part of the sky. I make a doodle of it. I'll draw it. I'll draw my ideas down. Can you see? I've got these ideas here of shots that you can do at night, Milky Way shots at different times of the year. So this is one here. Look, can you see this one here? That's me, and this is an archway, and that's the Milky Way through the arch. It doesn't look like much. I know it doesn't look. It's not a very good drawing, but just look at that there. I made that sketch, and now I'm going to show you the reality, if I can find it. So this is me trying to draw a picture of a railway bridge arch, and me looking at the Milky Way through the railway bridge arch, and there you go. So do you get the idea? Do you get what I mean? What I'm talking about? This was the picture I was trying to do. Here, this is the idea I had. That's the. It's not. I mean, it looks better. It looks way better. It does look way better than the picture, but you can see what I mean. Yeah, that's a Ribblehead Viaduct. I think you and Mike have been there, haven't you? There you go. Look at that there. You know, I had to have the camera on the ground. I had to have the camera on the ground. Sue, hi Sue. Stick to walk on the wild side. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. You know why I had to have the camera on the ground? Because if it was any higher up, my legs would have been lost in the landscape. So I had to have the camera so low down so that you could see all of me. And there you can even see the Milky Way coming down over the arch there. Isn't that amazing? So there you go. That's what you can do. If you have an idea in your head for a photograph, make a sketch of it, sketch it down. Hey, this might be worth a fortune. Someone said, didn't they? It said it might be worth a fortune, this book. I could probably sell it, couldn't I? Who said that? Can't wait to go to Ribblehead again, says Ariel Astro, with a torch pointing towards the Milky Way. Would be cool. Yeah, I've never done that, you know. Alex Walsh, you could publish a book. Yeah, I think I could, couldn't I? Look. Here's another one here. I've not quite managed to do this one yet, me standing on a pier with the Milky Way, but you never know. Oh, here's one. I wonder if I've got it. I'm not sure if I've got that picture. But yeah, there's a few blank pages which I haven't. Ah, now then, does anyone recognise this? Can you see that? That's me stood on the sandhills. Can you see? So this is this is like a path on the sandhills. This is the sandhills, and there's the Milky Way. Now then, I've already showed you the picture, haven't I? Idea for a photo. And I could only do it when the Milky Way was coming straight down the sky as well. Can you see? So I drew that down. I've done this a couple of years ago, by the way. And if I can show you together. Can you see? Can you see what I mean? Now, obviously, I wasn't expecting that dirty great meteorite to come down. See the meteorite? But you can see how the Milky Way is coming, the plane of the galaxy is coming straight down the sky. And as it is in that picture there, and you can see how I've managed to get the photograph there because I wrote it down. I sketched it down. So there's only a certain time of year when you can do that sort of thing, when you can get the Milky Way, when the plane of the galaxy comes straight down. You have to time it right to get that kind of photograph. That was taken late in the year, that one. That was taken in, I think it was September or October. So there you go. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of examples in here. Other sketches here. I think I've got an index as well. Sue Tomlinson, good photo, thanks Sue. 50 likes, we're up to 50 likes, 39 watching, we're going pretty well. Is anyone else going to join in the last minute? 7 minutes left. Now then, yeah, so, yeah, I've got there's an index. This basically tells me what you can see at a certain time of year, what is possible. I put down what times the Milky Ways are up and where the moon is out of the way, when I'll have a chance and where would be a good place to go. And then for the rest of the book, I just draw whatever, you know. So there's another similar one there. A picture of me stood on the end of a boardwalk or something with the Milky Way in the background. So there you go. It's just a way of remembering. If you have an idea in your head and you think, oh, that would make a great photograph, make a drawing of it, doodle it down and say, right, so I'll go for that picture. If we get the chance, if it's clear, if the moon's in that part of the sky, the full moon or whatever, you know, or whatever you want to get, make a sketch of it, make sure you know you can get the shot. And then if you're lucky, yeah, you do have to be lucky with the weather, then it gives you a much better chance of seeing it because you don't forget, you know, because you've already got it wrote down. So that's my little trick, and that is a good trick, that, yeah. So I've actually got a new book now, so I'm gonna do some new ones in the new book. What are people? Ribblehead is wicked. Yeah, it is. The Ribblehead Viaduct is about an hour probably about an hour and 20 minutes drive away from where I am, and it's nicely dark. It's not totally dark. There is light pollution. You can still see light pollution from Blackpool, even up there, you know, all that far away, and a little bit of light pollution. If you go there at the right time of year, the best time to go is probably in late July onwards. Late July until probably about October, I would say. You know, that would be a great time of year to see the Milky Way. Late July, probably August, maybe August, September, October, and November is a great time to see the Milky Way. You're lucky to get, Steve, 3.5 hours drive from me. That is a long way. I might be tempted to go maybe somewhere else for it, maybe to Wales even. You know, you might be closer to mid Wales. So it might be worth having a drive out there instead. But of course, the Ribblehead is also an awesome location because you've got this really big bridge, and what a foreground, you know, this Victorian, massive Victorian viaduct is absolutely awesome when you go there at night. And when you go there at night, it's so quiet, and you might get other people around, but it's really, really quiet, and you can just imagine, you know, what it was like in the old days when they were building that thing, you know, because it must have took some building. Do you keep a track of what you've already vlogged? I don't know about that. Ribblehead, do I keep a track of what I've already got? 50 likes, yep. 44 watching. Can we get up to 50 in the last minute? Now then, can't wait to go to Ribblehead again. Yeah, it's always a good place to go, and it's fairly easy to get there. I do recommend going to the Ribblehead Viaduct if you ever get a chance. Try to avoid when the moon's around, because if the moon's around, it's gonna just wash everything out. You want to try and avoid the moon if you want to go and see the Milky Way. So make sure the moon is not going to be in the way. Make sure you're going at a time when there's a good chance to see the bright part of the Milky Way, and that would be this. We're just coming up to the time of year, well, probably late February. It's still a little way away yet. March, April is when the Milky Way starts to rise in the east in the early hours of the morning. So if you wanted to see the Milky Way rising, you can actually get some nice panorama shots if you aim towards the east in the early hours of the morning. You have to wait until March, I would say. Still a bit earlier. March and April are ideal times to capture the Milky Way when it rises in the east in the morning. The problem is that when we get into May, we start to lose our darkness, because when we get into May, we get that twilight at night. You know what I mean? Where you get the twilight. It never really gets truly dark once we get into the middle, sort of the middle of May, and then we've got June, and then we've got pretty much, you know, most of July before it starts to get dark again, and then you have to wait till sort of end of July, August before, and then we're into the best time of year then to see the Milky Way, because then you can see the Milky Way, the brighter part of the Milky Way, the core of the galaxy, from August. The best time to see it. You want to get yourself down to Wales or the Ribblehead or wherever you can go, wherever it's dark. I'm just flicking through the comments. Mid Wales is definitely, you know, I've never been to Mid Wales to do Stark. I've always been to North Wales. Hi from a starless sky in Grimsby, Inga and Lee. Hi Inga. Hi Bradley. Bit of a drive for me as well. Guaranteed cloud if I do go. Yep. You and me too. Yep. Well, I've been lucky on a few occasions. So there you go. Yeah. So if you are, hopefully, if we're not going to be locked down all year, a great time to see the Milky Way early on is from March and April, avoiding the moon. In the morning, you can see the Milky Way rising in the east. I'm pointing this way because that's where east is from where I am. Milky Way early in the morning. You have to be up early. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to show you now. One of my favourite photos. Oh, I've got it. I caught the Milky Way rising. Well, this was taken at 4 o'clock in the morning in April. 4 o'clock in the morning in April. That's the Milky Way, the galactic plane rising in the east in the morning. There you go. So that was taken in April, early morning. So that's what you can do. I did take another picture. Now then, I did say that March and April is a great time of year to get panoramas of the Milky Way, but you need to be up early. You need to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Look at this. That was taken at 4 o'clock in the morning in April. Can you see? It says April there, look. 4 o'clock in the morning. A complete panorama of the Milky Way. So this is the brighter part of the Milky Way over here. It's kind of lost in the light pollution. This was taken in Yorkshire, by the way, Malham. And up here is the summer. Buffering. Can you see me? There you go. That's what you can do when the Milky Way is low down. This is the sort of photograph you can get when the Milky Way is low in the sky, when the galactic plane is low down. So that was taken in April. So there you go. So that's it. I've got this thing. Can everybody hear me? Because I've got this swirly thing going here. It's like it's buffering. Back on now. Everyone says that was brilliant. Thanks, Dawn. See the pride in your face when you show your pics, and you should be. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Dawn. Yes, Malham. It is Malham. Malham Cove. Yeah, the lone tree at Malham. Single image? No, it was 12. About 12 photographs. Boom, 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 boom. If you look on my website, you can see how I took it. So I've still got this swirly thing going on my screen. Still here and see you. We're now over the hour, so that's it now. I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, try and get out with your camera. I'll try and see if I can do some more videos. I've been waiting for the weather to improve because it's not been very good. But I've been busy doing my other videos as well, you see. So I'm always out doing something. So I'll be shooting the Starlings. But I might come down and join you for that, Frank, at the North Pier, because that's seeing those Starlings fly across. I was near Grange Park on the what do they call that road? That main road near Grange Park. Absolutely loads of Starlings all flying across the road. Like, there's loads of them. I couldn't count them. There must have been, over 10,000, I reckon. Easy over 10,000. Yeah. So that's it. We didn't do too bad. We got to 54 likes. I think we had about 40 odd people watching. Thanks for joining. Hit the subscribe button if you like to see more videos. Join me on the Wild Side, my other channel. I walk on the Wild Side. I'm sweating now. St. Wahlburgers, that's right, Frank. Yeah. Thanks, Roy. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Rupert. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Kaz, if you're still watching. Thanks, Thea. Thanks all for watching. Thanks, David. Good night, Rick. Good night, Tom. Good night, Matt Tavish. I'll join me on the Wild Side. I might do another video there. I might even do a live stream on there at the weekend. We'll see. So anyway, that's it. Starman is leaving the house.